Hi Jessica, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Georgia and I'll be assisting you today. Did you find the office alright?
Yeah, I know the building because my dentist is nearby, but I found the office a little bit difficult to find.
Oh, did you go into the childcare
Yes,
centre?
that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, everyone does that.
Yeah, it's so noisy in there. I'm glad I'm not working there.
I know, and then they've started construction as well across the
I
street.
know, it must be so disruptive in here.
Yeah, it's hard to think sometimes, but we manage. And how have you been today?
Yeah, good. I've just come back from a few classes at uni. I had a few this morning.
Oh, okay. What uni do you go to?
I go to Macquarie.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. I went to Macquarie.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm doing gender studies, so yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be great.
Yeah, the lectures are really feisty sometimes and lots of different opinions, but yeah, no, it's good. There's lots of stuff in the media at the moment, obviously. So yeah, there's always new things to talk about in lectures and having debates and tutorials. So it's a really hands-on class.
Yeah, it would be ever-changing, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they changed U-Bar, is that right?
Yeah, I'm sure you spent a lot of days there.
Well, it wasn't as good, I hear.
Yeah, they've changed it now. So they've done yeah, it's kind of in the middle, and they've got it all open, and they've got like tennis, table tennis there, and yeah, it's really open and modern, so it's a much nicer place to be now.
And I just want to assure you that today, my job here is just to assist you in any way that I can, and hopefully you'll leave the interview today feeling a lot more comfortable and with a plan of how to go forward. How have you been feeling about all of this?
It's just been a nightmare. It's been so stressful. I've never been in this situation before. I don't even know what the process is because it's so foreign to me. I don't, take drugs or anything, so I'm not sure what's happening, and it's not my fault, which makes it even more stressful. So I'm just looking for some guidance and some information, and I'm just felt sick to my stomach. I've had so much anxiety over this.
I'm so sorry that you're feeling this way. I can't imagine the feeling. It must be terrible.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare.
Yeah, and I think it would be good if I just explain how today's meeting will go, and then discuss a few things such as confidentiality, and then I'd like to hear your version of the facts.
Okay.
And then that way there's a bit of structure to our meeting today.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
Yeah, so in the initial part, we're just getting to know each other and that sort of thing. And then I'll explain confidentiality, which is a crucial part of our relationship. And then, again, as I said, we'll just hear the facts, and I'll just sit and listen, and you can tell me everything and anything. So in terms of confidentiality, it's very important, as everything you say to me, I can't say to anyone else. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's very important, and
it makes me feel better.
Good. It's just in place so that you can feel comfortable to tell me everything, and some things might not seem relevant. I would encourage you to still share them, as they could be quite relevant to your case. And the only reason a lawyer could tell their clients confidential information is if the client allows it. So if you give me permission, or if I have a fear that there's a probable chance that you would cause harm to yourself or to another person.
Okay.
Yeah, and as it's so important, do you mind just explaining confidentiality back to me, please?
Yeah, so I can tell you anything about the case or the information or my personal life. Exactly. And you can't tell anyone unless I let you tell someone, or unless I'm at harm to myself or other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Yeah. And now that we've got confidentiality out of the way, feel free to ask any questions about that. I'd just like to know why you came in today.
So, my boyfriend and I went to Splendid in the Grass. It's a music festival in Byron Bay, and it was fantastic. Went down fine. Everything went to plan, and Yeah, it was all good. We weren't in an argument or anything. We were our normal selves, lovey-dovey, like nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And we were going through where the ticketing area is in the entrance, and there were obviously sniffer dogs and police there because, you know, people take drugs at festivals. It happens. And so we're walking through. I was not panicky at all because I knew that I didn't have drugs on me.
Yeah.
I don't take drugs. I don't believe in it. I think it's a stupid idea. But, you know, people do it. It's, you know, something that I have to accept. So I just walked through with no issues. And then, even then, my boyfriend was fine. We walked in together. And the police came around with their sniffer dog, and the dog started sniffing me. And at this point, I didn't know what that means because I don't take drugs. I'm not sure what the process is. So it started sniffing me, and I was panicking a little bit, and then it set down. And then I was really in a state, like my heart was going 1,000 miles per hour. I was sweating. I was getting so anxious. My eyes were darting everywhere. And I saw this police guy come over to me, and then he started searching me, put me aside. He was really, really aggressive to me, asking me all of these questions and giving me all these commands. And I was just so shaken up. And I don't know how it got there. Not only was I panicking because of the situation and how the police were treating me, which I believe was more aggressive than it needed to be, but also I was panicking because I was just thinking, like, how did these drugs get here? I don't know. Anyway, they were threatening to put me in, like, custody or lockup or something, and then obviously that just made things worse. But what I think happened is that because so many people were caught with drugs, they were just trying to process everyone really quickly, so I ended up being processed that day. So in hindsight, that was kind of a benefit. But when I met up with my boyfriend afterwards, I realised he had told me that he had drugs in him, and when he saw the police dogs, he had slipped them in my pocket. I was just shocked. I didn't know, and at the time I was so angry with him because he had no idea about the situation that he put me in and how scary it was when the police were there.
I understand.
Yeah, it was just like a nightmare, and that's so foreign to me. I had no idea what to do. After talking with my boyfriend, and I think what I'm going to do is just plead guilty and just get this whole thing over with, and just, at the end of the day, my main priority is protecting my boyfriend, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
So you feel like you're going to plead guilty in order to protect your boyfriend? Yeah,
definitely. That's the only reason, because I know I'm innocent. Yeah. I didn't take the drugs, but the only reason I would plead guilty is because, because my boyfriend needs to be protected.
And why is that a priority for you?
Oh, so my boyfriend studies law at Sydney. So obviously you would know that if you have a legal charge, you can't become a lawyer or be admitted or whatever the thing is. That's 5 years down the drain. That's his whole career gone. Whereas, I'm in the sociology industry. I'll have to disclose it to employees, but it's not going to, completely shut me off from the workforce. I'll still be able to work, whereas he won't. So that's the main reason. He really can't have this. Also, his family doesn't want it to affect them. So, I'm just going to take the guilty plea, I think.
You feel that the consequences he would face would be more than what you would face?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you mentioned that his family would face consequences as well.
Yeah.
Why is that?
My boyfriend's father, Paul, is a former politician. And at the moment, I don't know the nitty-gritty of it, but he is going through some fraud and tax evasion charges, stuff to do with the money. And so in general, my boyfriend comes from a very powerful, influential family. So Paul is getting dragged in the media a bit at the moment, though. I feel like if my boyfriend's charges become public, which they will if he gets charged, it's public knowledge, then it's just going to add to the pile of things, and